Halo semuanya, selamat datang di channel saya Paper Stories.
In 1875, Paul-Émile François Lecoq de Bois-Baudran, a French nobleman and scientist, clashed with Dmitri Mendeleev. De Bois-Baudran discovered an element whose existence, properties, and mass had been predicted by Mendeleev 4 years earlier. Even in 1871, Mendeleev had given the element the name aluminum, referring to its position one level below aluminum in his periodic table. Therefore, Mendeleev proposed it as a joint discovery, but de Bois-Baudran rejected Mendeleev's acknowledgement and proposal. They clashed through journals, showing each other who was most entitled to the discovery of the new element, called gallium, after Gallia, an ancient French name. De Bois-Baudran accused Mendeleev of stealing the periodic system developed by French scientists, while Mendeleev countered by stating that the density and atomic mass of gallium that de Bois-Baudran mentioned was wrong. It did not match the predictions in his table. According to Eric R. Sherry in the periodic table, its story and significance, it was ultimately proven that Mendeleev's prediction was correct. Lecoq de Bois-Baudran could not help but have to announce in the journal that the figures were wrong, and revise them following Mendeleev's predictions. The accuracy of Mendeleev's theory also catapulted his reputation. However, Mendeleev's periodic table was not once met with opposition. Starting from solitary cards, the table he made was inspired by solitary cards, his favorite game when traveling by train. Mendeleev made cards for the 63 elements known at the time, and wrote the atomic weights and characteristics on each card. One day on February 17, 1869, while he was arranging his cards, Mendeleev noticed a pattern. Each certain interval occurs repetition so as to form a pattern, or occurs periodically. Mendeleev arranged his table in such a way by ordering atomic numbers, and grouping them according to the character of the elements, metals, nonmetals, reactive, or unreactive. Mendeleev left a few blank spaces, but in those blanks he already predicted the atomic mass, density, and characteristics. For Mendeleev, the elements are not non-existent, but just waiting to be discovered. His ideas were not accepted by scientists at the time. Until then, gallium was discovered, then followed by germanium, scandium, rhenium, and so on, filling in the blanks in the periodic table. Mendeleev came up with his own names for the undiscovered elements using Sanskrit. Whereas for gallium, because it is one level below aluminum, Mendeleev called it aluminum. While germanium is one level below silicon, it is called silicon. And rhenium, which is 2 places below manganese, is called bimanganese. I don't know where he learned the ancient language, considering that one of the reasons he failed to enter Moscow University was because of his poor foreign language skills. Before the invention of the periodic table, scientists did not have a lexicon that could become a common dictionary for all the elements in nature. In fact, each scientist can come up with different acronyms and symbols for naming elements. Mendeleev often finds it difficult for his students to catch up on his lectures because there is no system to guide them. As the letters are collected in an alphabetical system, so the atoms also need to be collected in a system, namely the periodic table. Until now, scientists have not stopped finding elements in nature. And each discovery means continuing one piece of mosaic pieces in the table. Mendeleev himself later joined his table in 1955, when physicists at the University of California, Berkeley, bombarded Einsteinium with alpha particles and discovered Mendeleevium, with atomic number 101. Dmitri Ivanovich Mendeleev was born in harsh and cold Siberia on February 8, 1834. He was the youngest of 17 children, other sources say 14. His father was a teacher at the gymnasium and his mother the daughter of a landowner and glass factory. The life of this affluent middle-class family seems short. When Mendeleev was just 10 years old, his father was blind and could no longer teach, and soon died. His mother, Maria Mendeleeva, continued to run the glass factory on her own. But when Mendeleev was 15 years old, the glass factory, the family's source of income, caught fire. In fact, it was with the money from the factory that Maria planned to send Mendeleev to Moscow to continue his studies. Despite falling into poverty, Maria remained steadfast in her plans. A year after the fire, Maria crossed Siberia taking Mendeleev to Moscow. Unfortunately, Moscow University rejected Mendeleev because he was Siberian, not Moscow-born, as well as his poor grades in classics, languages, history, art,